Of Pakistan Super League 6 season that has just gone by, a season that we've all been very excited about, very happy about. It's been an incredible season. It's been an incredible couple of weeks of coverage that we've had on Change of Pace with the team, with the comments. And everybody knows the news that's come through today. The very unfortunate news about the bubble being breached that the PCB had set up. And after a couple of breaches and continued positive cases of the coronavirus, the rest of the PSL has been called off. It's been called off. And that means that this is now a goodbye show. We didn't expect this to happen. We were supposed to be here right now, probably watching Fahim Ashraf rip through Lahore or Shaheen Afridi rip through Islamabad. Neither of those things are going to happen tonight. But what we're going to do tonight is just take away from the absolute shitstorm that is happening right now in Pakistan cricket media, because there's been fingers pointed left, right, and center. People are asking for resignations. People are asking for heads. People are asking for a revamp and structure. And you know what, to a certain extent, that might be relevant today. But there's been a really good fortnight that we've spent together. And alongside me, AZ Khwaja, Ahmed Hassan, Sarkhail Khan, Ahmed Jr., somewhere in Dubai is also Surfraz, producer Surfraz, who's helped put this all together. And tonight is, just the next hour is actually about us celebrating that. So I know that there's a lot of complaints. I know there's a lot of pain. But we're going to put that aside for the next hour. We're going to talk about the goodness of the PSL. We're going to talk about how great this league is. And the fact that everybody is so sad today. Everybody is in actual pain. I mean, just look past the memes, look past the jokes, look past the retweets and the likes. There is actual pain in every single Pakistan fan tonight. And we're just trying to evade that for a little bit and understand why that pain exists. That pain exists because we care for this league so much. So I want to start off on a very, very emotional standpoint. I don't want to start off with any jokes. I don't want to start off with any memes or RTs. I want to go to you, AZ Khwaja, first. And for the rest of my team, be ready, because I'm going to ask you this too. And AZ, I want you to really because I'm reading the comments in the chat and they feel what we're feeling right now. I really want you to dig deep right now and tell me, you're feeling pain. I know that already, but why? Why are you feeling this pain? Because what does the PSL mean to you? What does it mean that there's so much pain right now?
Assalamu alaikum Musad and everybody on Change of Pace. Assalamu alaikum Ahmed and Sarkhail. यार बस यार दुख होता है यार, क्या बंदा कहे. Every day it was our daily routine to be with everybody on Change of Pace, to be talking about the game, to be making fun of each other, to having this time together. And then all of a sudden it's just ripped apart and taken away, our 2-3 hours every day. Excuse me, maybe sometimes even 6 hours a day. We'd be together talking about the game, our rants, our frustrations, our joy. वो सब एकदम it just ripped apart. It's aborted immediately. कोई सवाल जवाब नहीं, कोई explanation नहीं, ये क्यों हुआ. कोई जावेद अफरीदी को blame कर रहा है, कोई सलमान इकबाल को blame कर रहा है, कोई PCB को blame कर रहा है. It's just sad that ये जो हमारा एक मेला लगता है एक महीने का, it's just been, the plug has been pulled on it once again 2 years in a row. और यार बस यार,
you know, when I think of it, Ahmed, I'll go to you, Ahmed Hassan.
We want Pakistan cricket to grow. Yeah. We want our brand to grow. We want our teams to grow. We want our teams to reach the absolute height. और फिर जब ऐसे एकदम से फिर ये 2 साल in a row ये pandemic की वजह से disrupt हो गया, बहुत दिल दुखता है, no doubt.
When I think of it, Ahmed Hassan, and I know I'm a Quetta fan, you're an Islamabad fan, but I remember 6 years ago, I was in Yanbu, Saudi Arabia, and I turned on, I actually bought the subscription because the Pakistan Super League was happening. Obviously, that was, after that we had been shunned out of the IPL, no cricket at home. The PSL for me was literally, it felt like a saving grace. I didn't know Shadab Khan or Hassan Ali, or I wasn't probably even the biggest cricket nut as I am now back then. But for me, it feels even today like a saving grace. So I want to hear from you what it means to you. What does the PSL mean?
It was a saving grace. It came as a light in a very dark time. And I think for us living in Dubai, it meant something even more personal because, we were blessed in a way to have experienced Pakistan cricket firsthand. We were all at the stadiums. We were all at the games, lots of people with firsthand access, as Sergio will verify. And it just felt so much more than cricket. It felt ours. We'd watch the world enjoy something that was theirs. They claimed it, they loved it. And for all of us, we wanted something that was ours. And, we've gone from not knowing these people to loving them, to seeing them, become household names, win trophies at the global stage. But at the end of the day, when it came down to it, the PSL was the most important thing. We started representing our cities more. We started feeling that passion even more. But आज मतलब जिस तरह वो चीज खत्म हुई है, it hurts more because of the suddenness of it. I don't want to go into those memes or anything, but really, it is the sudden nature of it that really hurt us so much. And we were getting into that rhythm. We were
Yeah,
geared for those 34 matches and the
yeah.
playoffs and everything. And just the community, the way everything was coming together, AZ's right. It's been difficult for all of us over the last year, stuck at home and, not being away or being away from everyone else too. So this was just a way of coming together, and it felt like a family, it felt like home. And yeah, someone just taking that away all of a sudden.
So, Girl, I told you this. I know we've talked about this, and I told you this that honestly, I would be willing for Islamabad United to win every single PSL from now on if we don't have to see another canceled PSL. Because I think that's what it is. That's what it comes down to. When you take away the red, green, blue, purple, Sprite, whatever colors there are at the PSL, it doesn't matter who you're playing for because Shahnawaz Dani, Shadab Khan, Muhammad Imran, whoever they may be, it comes down that everybody celebrates this young talent's coming through. I don't think anybody has been closer from our team to the PSL than you have, and I know that you've had a lot of fun with it, but deep down inside, it also means something to you because you're the most emotional about it.
Assalamu alaikum, guys. Assalamu alaikum to all listeners too. If you guys hear my voice crack, I would request you guys to please ignore it immediately. Just look past it. Yeah, yes, obviously, let's say Ahmed, Bono Ahmed Afzal, and sorry, Ahmed Hassan and Khwaja Nikai, it is very personal to us, for me as well. But another thing I want to point out that it's personal to change of pace because this is where we started.
Yeah.
The PSL is the start of change of pace. So for us, this is a lot bigger than that, personal than that also. Personally, yeah, I am invested into it. I'm invested into my franchise as well because I know the people and I'm friends with, and I know I've spoken to a few of them and I know the kind of shit that they're going through, positive cases, PSL teams, people's livings are on the line, their earnings, this is how they earn money.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's horrible.
Last but not least, of course, Emma Jr., we've got you today, probably the loudest of the fans in terms of the team that you support. You're the youngest in the team as well. And 6 years ago, I didn't see you as attached. I know you were a Pakistan cricket fan and you're rocking that hoodie tonight too. But I know you were a Pakistan cricket fan, but maybe not as in depth as you are now. Does the PSL have a hand to play in that?
Yeah, assalamu alaikum, everyone. Yeah, definitely. And when I moved to Dubai, especially during that time, I had access to Pakistan cricket, and I was with Sarkhail and everyone on the team over here. I'd go watch cricket games with them. और वाकई फरवरी ऐसा महीना होता है कि बंदा कहता है कि यार फरवरी आ गया है, बंदा चाय पी ले, बंदा ये कर ले. तो ये तो like it's a month of happiness for Pakistan no matter what. And it is sad to see this happen because I remember last year regarding the PSL when it was postponed. It was unfortunate, especially like as a Karachi Kings fan. I was happy that Karachi won the tournament, but like you just don't feel that joy
because the crowd was empty. Well, let's go to some of the comments. There's about 150 of you that joined us for this session, and we feel all your pain. We feel all the comments. A bunch of you that have, the greatest thing about the PSL for us on Change of Pace is that we get to cover it, even if it's unofficial, even if it's such a small scale. It means the world to us that every single one of you join. And frankly, the worst part of the next 2 weeks is that we're not going to be able to do that. We're not going to be able to fight on air. We're not going to be able to go through, another Quetta collapse or another incredible Lahore game or, another Babur 100 or a Fahim 4-4 or whatever it may be. I'll read some of the comments out and then we'll change the conversation. We'll make it a little bit more fun. We'll go and discuss what really has made this season so great and what's been great about our coverage too. Some of the highlights, some of the not so highlight some of the regretful Urdu moments from me, some of the weird moments from Suhail, and of course, constantly AZ Khwaja gives us enough blockbuster content to make a show reel out of it. I'll read this comment from Rafia saying, it feels like there's so much bad and we lived through so much crap in Badnami and freaking war and got this little slice of happiness. And when the PSL came home, it felt like, oh, maybe we deserve happiness too. And when things like this happen, I feel like maybe we still don't deserve good. It's not just cricket, it's culture, it's a journey, it's hope. You know, Rafa, I mean, I feel that. I definitely understand where you're coming from. However, it is important to note that the PSL will be back. It will be back. Maybe it's not back this year. Maybe it's not back by the end of 2021, but it's going to be back in 2022. People will be back for it. There's money in this game. There's money in this league. There's success in it. And there's, there's a lot of hope in it. Like you mentioned yourself, there is really hope in it. And now what I want to go to is hope. Hope in the PSL. It really is my favorite segment of the Pakistan Super League, AZ Khwaja. And for me, the redeeming quality of this season, and there's so many of them, is Shahnawaz Dahani. How could you not talk about PSL 6 without Shahnawaz Dahani?
यार वो इतने छोटे से गांव लारकाना छोटे से शहर से आया सिंध से which has been a backwater for many things Pakistan, be it क्रिकेट का तो उधर कोई नामो निशान नहीं है कि कोई उधर से प्लेयर आए, फिर एकदम से एक स्किनी सा लड़का आया मुल्तान सुल्तान के इमर्जिंग में खेल रहा है, बॉलिंग एब्सोल्यूट फायर 147 148 दैट इज, और इमर्जिंग उनका की प्लेयर बन गया है, कार्लोस ब्रैथवेट के साथ सेलिब्रेट कर रहा है, इमरान ताहिर के साथ मस्तियां कर रहा है. दैट्स व्हाट पीएसएल इज ऑल अबाउट. पहले सीजन पे हमें मोहम्मद असगर मिले, फिर हमें हसन अली मिले, फिर हमें शादाब मिले. सो मेनी पाकिस्तानी स्टार्स हैव बीन अनकवर्ड बाय पीएसएल एंड दे बिकम हाउसहोल्ड नेम्स. राना फवाद हो गए या जावेद अफरीदी हो गए. These guys are like everybody knows their name.
Exactly.
And to not have that consistently the past 2 years is quite frustrating and it's quite disappointing. But of course, that every dawn there's going to be a new dawn once again. I think I'm just guesstimating, but जो हमारी summer में window बन रही है Asia Cup की, if India reaches the World Test Championship final,
which they will,
they can
most likely
in that.
Yeah,
वो तो पहुंच ही जाएंगे, 200 पे इंग्लैंड को बुक कर दिया है.
Yeah.
So I think that's a window for the PSL to come back this summer, which could be a very big thing. Inshallah.
Comments आ रहे हैं, Ramiz Hassan कह रहे हैं hashtag it's Shinwari's fault, and question for intern coming in from Ansari. We will take your questions, by the way. This is a regular open session. If you, again, the great thing about COP Change of Pace is that you curate the conversation, so go ahead and send them in. Ansari Ahmed is asking you, will intern resign as CEO of Change of Pace after this debacle? Will you do that?
यार आप लोग सीईओ भी बना देते हो, आप लोग इंटर्न पे भी रखते हो.
देखो Ahmed, great power comes great responsibility, as Sporterman said.
Sporterman.
यार देखिए, जब तक कराची किंग्स टॉप ऑफ द टेबल चैंपियंस हैं उस वक्त
अल्लाह बंद करो यार, इधर ही बंद करो. पहले कम दुख है
this league. Okay, let me make one thing very clear.
आज तो मैंने पाकिस्तान की हुडी भी पहनी हुई है.
Okay, you get to okay, can we decide, are we going to leave the PSL trophy with Karachi? Are we okay with that?
No, of course not.
ऐसी बात है यार.
We're in the middle of a pandemic. ये दो बार कर चुके हैं हमारे साथ यार.
I mean, they won
what
the last.
This?
They won the last one. That probably means they get to hold on. They get
pandemic में
पिचता है यार, वो भी कोई पिचता है यार. Come on, कहाँ से जीत?
Okay, Hani
हारे थे final.
Hani is saying let Karachi keep it. Sean is saying no, we're not letting Karachi keep it. And Zainab Ishar, one of our staple patrons, is coming through saying, as a Pakistan cricket fan, we have seen so many dark days, the violence and the betrayal. We've been stranded and alone. There's been so much of corruption and mismanagement in the system. Regardless of all this and much more outside cricketing world, the game itself has brought so much joy and hope. Exactly. The push-ups and the boom sixes and all these moments make all the misery of being a Pakistan cricket fan worth it. Change of Pace has made me realize that I'm not alone. There's so many others who find this joy in flawed, mercurial Pakistan cricket. And it's always been such a pleasure to share all the emotions and excitement with you guys. I think that summed it up well for me. That really is the epitome of what we're trying to do at Change of Pace and why everybody is here. So plenty of emotion running through everyone. But Shahnawaz Dahani, obviously, I mean, I was watching his interview, his mother's interview in Larkana, and apparently his parents were in the crowd last night. Of course, you can speak to Shahnawaz Dahani if you'd like to, because I'd love to hear your thoughts. But I also want to talk about Muhammad Imran, Muhammad Wasim, Arshad Iqbal. You know, there's a factory here. The great Harsha Bogle tweeted out a couple weeks ago that foreign fast bowlers.
Great.
Well, I think he's
great. Harsha Bogle.
I think he's great. I think it's great. But I'm just saying, he tweeted out saying that foreign fast bowlers don't have a place in the PSL, and there's a reason for it.
यार हमने कल बैठ के, अगर आपको याद होगा, fast bowlers 11 बनाई है. We literally created an 11 of fast bowlers who are under the age of 30. Not even, all the fast bowlers that are playing in the PSL, but the fast bowlers that are under the age of 30. और हमारे पास फिर भी 4 या 5 नाम जो थे वो मिसिंग थे. हमारे पास लिटरली एक पूरा स्क्वाड निकला है ऑफ फास्ट बॉलर. शाहनवाज दहानी, मोहम्मद इमरान, अब्बास आफरीदी, अरशद इकबाल. मतलब आप हर टीम में देखें, 2-2 लड़के ऐसे निकलते हुए आ रहे हैं जो आप कहेंगे कि यार ये पाकिस्तान के लिए खेल सकते हैं. तो मतलब for me the highlight of this tournament thus far has been the finds in the fast bowling department. शाहनवाज दहानी के बारे में तो मतलब यार bona fide superstar है वो बंदा इस वक्त.
भाई
Just
इतने
the way that he carried himself, the way that his personality was shining with Imran Tahir, with Carlos Brathwaite, with the crowd. It's something unreal, and that's exactly what the PSL offers. That's what we keep saying. It's these unknowns that come into the limelight, and they're now settled in our hearts. We've seen them for 3 games, but I feel like I'm going to miss them more than anything else.
and that's the thing,
talking
right?
about the fast bowling. Sorry to cut you off. Shahnawaz Dhani is the third highest wicket taker right now at the PSL so far. He has 9 wickets and he's tied with Shane Shah Afridi.
Soching.
Only rubbing shoulders with the best. And he said that his goal this season was to be the bowler of the PSL. I hope he gets the opportunity again next season. I hope that even Sin start playing him in their first 11, because he was playing second 11 cricket in the T20 Cup. That shouldn't be happening, especially when Khurram Manzoor and Asad Shafiq are playing T20 cricket for Sin. But what I'll also talk about, and I'll go to the right side of my screen here, Sohail and Ahmed Jr., who really know how to make the PSL a little bit more fun. They're the less nerdy members of our team. They're the cooler guys in the group. So we'll go to that. I mean, just look at their hoodies and look at.
एक मिनट तुम मुझे ठीक है, तुमने हमें cool कह दिया, but then my company is Ahmed Junior.
Is Junior,
I'm like,
exactly.
I'm like,
Ahmed Junior. Wait, Ahmed Junior is the coolest guy. Listen, Ahmed Junior is the coolest guy on the team. Let's ask.
ये तो तुम्हारा भाई है, तुम यही बोलोगे?
I just want to come back to the point that Junior made earlier, and I can't let this slide. There's no way I'm going to let this slide. He just said, February आता है, हम चाय पीते हैं. उससे पहले तुम चाय नहीं पीते, बंदा कहता है. And I know this about Ahmed Junior कि यार जब PSL खत्म होता है ना 1 साल में, जूनियर उस वक्त से लेके अगले PSL तक लिटरली रिमाइंडर्स भेज रहा होता है. अब ड्राफ्ट हो रहा है, अब जावेद अफरीदी ने ये कर दिया, अब इस टीम ने वो कर दिया. तो I know how much it means to him. I'm not denying that.
Yeah.
It's just the fact that he said कि फेब आता है तो हम चाय पी लेते हैं.
I know more about Javed Afridi's life than I know about the life of my
because of this, yeah.
वो पीछे वाले कमरे में बैठा हुआ है.
Yeah, Faris, you can ask anything you'd like, really whatever you want to ask and whatever you guys want to say, we'll take it on air as well. AZ भाई तू खामोश यार, बस AZ को अब थोड़ा सा हम उसको तसल्ली दे रहे हैं, काफी सब सदमे में दुख में. Well, let's go to some memes. What's been the funniest moment of the PSL for you, Suhail? What really has been standing? Ahmed, you too. I know Karachi sometimes feel like an entire meme of team.
Yeah, मुझे throw me some options so I remember, because maybe
यार क्या हुआ है इस दफा, क्या हुआ वैसे हंसी मजाक में क्या हुआ?
Chat हमें याद लगी ना यार.
यार मेरे लिए तो COP वाले moments वैसे ज्यादा iconic है. I will never get over that one moment.
Musad's rant on Shinwari was epic.
यार वो
उसकी आवाज की पिच ही चेंज हो गई. यार ये क्या कर रहा है बंदा यार?
I mean, they pushed me to the edge. All my Quetta fans were dead. That's exactly what happened basically. But there was an entire 3 minutes of memes, Ahmed, that we got. Ahmed Junior. It was the Lahore anthem.
जी बिल्कुल, ये तो
हर सेकंड ही मीम था उसका, तो हर सेकंड ही मीम था
यार. इस सीजन यही मीम आई, इतनी बड़ी मीम जो थी ना वो यही थी.
Labs is saying Labs is picking your despise factor as the moment of the tournament. Masab is saying AZ's rant against Islamabad United middle order was iconic. We had to cut that out. That was unacceptable.
ये खेलेंगे T20. ये खेलेंगे.
उनको जानवर बना दिया था इस बंदे ने.
बेचारे को यार मतलब पासपोर्ट भी ले लिया, उनका वो भी ले लिया. Notologist कह रहे हैं Musad and Asan Raza, that's an old love story that will continue. Hania कह रही है,
I think
Hania getting the Alex. So this is a really good one. I want to bring this up. Because I was not involved in this. The Alex Hills controversy story. So what had happened is that I told Ahmed Hassan to take over because I had to do some work. I had to go co-train for about an hour and a half. So I said, Ahmed Hassan, do the commentary. About 50 minutes of those 90, all Ahmed Hassan with AZ Khwaja and Sarkhil did was talk about the kind of drugs Alex Hills take.
We didn't.
Oh, no.
We didn't.
It was so... the stupidest thing was, it was so apparent that you're talking about his drug intake and nobody was calling it out. Everybody was like, yaar bata do.
यार हम तो उसकी चाय की intake की बात करें. फरवरी का महीना चाय पिएगा वो.
And I'm thinking about it, like, why is nobody calling this out? Or matlab, AZ jo hai na, AZ was like, like teasing, like he was teasing people. He was like, oh, if you do this, I'll tell you. If you do this, यार हम Alex से तुम्हारी notes मंगा रहे थे तो इस तरह तुम कर रहे हो.
यही लग रहा था मैं तो उस दिन.
मैं चेक करता हूँ अगर मेरे favorites में कहीं हैं, अगर start messages में होंगे.
Yeah, look, Hani is saying I was on speaker. I had to use headphones. What else do we have?
यार वैसे मुसाद एक compilation बन सकती है तुम्हारी 5 minutes की from all the Quetta games जब तुमने कहा यार लानत देते रहते यार.
Exactly.
वैसे literally हमने एक मैच जीता और उन्होंने पूरी लीग बंद कर दी.
यार ये ऐसा
unacceptable.
I felt for Saim Ayub, the only emerging player who's a batsman, performs in the final game, and he was just getting into the flow and
he looked good. It's a good point. It's a good point, AZ. Maybe you can speak to this because batsmen at the PSL are a rare commodity. It's almost like me being calm on commentary, right? It's very rare to find. But Saim Ayub,
or accurate.
Yeah, exactly. TK, agar Quetta ne took a punt on him. They didn't pick any of the fast bowlers. Correct decision, wrong decision. He looked really good in some parts.
यार अगर कॉलिन मनरो, बैज मैकलम और क्रिस गेल पीएसएल में फ्लॉप हो सकते हैं तो फिर बेचारा साइम अयूब कल का बच्चा, वो तो लगता भी लिटरली लुक लाइक अ 16-year-old. उसको you're putting him in the Lions den against a team, every team that has at least 2 if not 3 140 plus bowlers. तो बेचारा यार, it's the cauldron of fire literally in the NSK. और ठीक है, he showed a bit of his quality in his last game. He was improving game by game. तो ठीक है, अगर एक बैट्समैन भी कोई निकल आए तो क्या बुराई है यार. No problem, चलता है.
Khota Karola is saying AZ called someone a bhiga dangar.
यार
What even is that? And AZ's apparently this I didn't know this happened. AZ, but it's like AZ's dad calling him and saying tum trade kar. When AZ Khwaja was ready to trade his siblings for Shahid Shah Afridi.
Yeah, my favorite moment was Lahore Qalandars versus Karachi Kings, of course. Shout out to Lahore for crushing the Kings. फिर जब शाहीन और शर्जील का मुकाबला चल रहा था तो मैंने एक बात की थी कि पहली दफा चील भैंस को मारी और समथिंग बात की. चील भैंस का शिकार करी और समथिंग स्टूपिड लाइक दैट. वो
नहीं उस गेम में एक बेहतर मोमेंट था, वो था शाहीन टू आमिर. ठीक है, आप उसको इग्नोर ना करें.
That was a hell of a
that was the best.
That game was ridiculous, man.
Speaking of that game, like everybody on this team, we've done a lot of games now. 3 PSL seasons, well, half and half, but 3 PSL seasons, a lot of test matches and one days. I think that game takes the cake. That was our best on-air.
3 hours of sustained anxiety, tension, heartbeat इतनी तेज हुई हुई थी, परेशानी, cold sweats, migraines. मुझे तो लग रहा था हमें कोई सिम्टम हो गए. वो ऐड नहीं आते, वो पिल्स के ऐड आते हैं जो आपको ये सिम्टम हो रहे हैं. हम इतने परेशान, but thank God फिर
I can't believe the neighbors didn't come.
लम्हा पा दिया.
This is a good comment from Notologist. I would really miss the Change of Pace usernames in the GIF game. I have my favorite Change of Pace username will always be Ruav Zapapi. What's yours? I gotta hear this.
You put me on the
यार
spot.
Big Dyke Energy भी बहुत clever है.
Big Dyke Energy
Depth Perception भी of course clever है. Despise Factor
यार एक जब हम टेस्ट मैच करे तो बीच में
हमारे
ऐसा नजर की उंगली भी आई थी, ऐसा नजर की
Leemdar's Aviators, वो भी बहुत मजे की है.
Yeah. That was
Diesel Powdery भी एक मजेदार है. वो
मुसाद लवर्स तो मतलब मुसाद लवर्स बहुत सारे थे.
एक के बाद एक भाई, एक के बाद एक.
कितने टैब्स खोलोगे तुम मुसाद, बताओ मुझे.
username change and hashtag the humble. Anyways, there's also another one. Favorite was ICC Anti-Corruption Unit after. Yeah. I saw something about it.
That was good.
That was a good one. Mariam Nawaz was one of them. Shout out to her on her way.
यार रियाना आ गई थी, आपको याद नहीं है?
Oh, that was by the way, that was a good moment as well. It was before the PSL, but that was a good moment.
No, for me, the best moment was the most innocuous and the most innocent, but it turned out to be the best timing is when AZ said,
I know Joe.
उस बच्ची का मास्क चेक करो. I wish I could find that clip.
यार
I wish I could find that clip.
मरवा दिया मुझे टैप मैड ने.
अच्छा, context देते हैं. AZ was watching Tap Mad.
Yeah.
Ahmed and I are watching on Etisalat.
Yeah.
तो जब AZ के स्क्रीन पे बच्ची ने मास्क पहना हुआ था,
वो छोटी बच्ची थी.
A child.
Ahmed
A
और मेरी
child.
screen
Can we make
child.
it clear?
Yeah.
A child. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
child.
Yeah, it's a young child.
Yes.
और अहमद और मेरी स्क्रीन पे एक आंटी ने मास्क पहना हुआ
To be fair, आंटी का मास्क भी अच्छा था. To be fair.
अच्छा था, but हमें नहीं समझ आया.
बच्ची बोला ना, ये मसला ही है.
AZ has these these moments, and
Yes,
Waleed,
moments, man.
Saib Upal is saying Haris right-handed Wahab Riyaz Rauf. That was a good one.
Yeah, दो ही है.
Remember when AZ said Shaheen wishes he could be as good as Haris? When did you say that?
नहीं.
I don't think
100%
yaar, AZ swears by
नहीं, एक second.
शायद का हो.
एजी ने इस सीजन विव रिचर्ड से कंपैरिजन किया है लोगों का. माइकल होल्डिंग से बाजिद खान का कंपैरिजन
यार
किया
रिस विवियन रिचर्ड्स नाम है यार.
विवियन रिचर्ड. मतलब आप ये सोचें कि एजी ने कौन से गुनाह नहीं किए इस सीजन. ये उन सब गुनाहों की जो है ना पनिशमेंट, जो भी कह लें, सजा.
अगर सुहेब मकसूद चिंजमाम है तो वो भी रिस विवियन रिचर्ड्स है यार.
यार एजी रिस विवियन तो समझ में आता है, बट बाजिद एंड माइकल होल्डिंग being the same person in the same sentence. Ow.
True. Commander Security Guard here with a tweet from Ian Bishop. I feel for Pakistan cricket fans and everybody involved at the PSL. We must pull together to do all that we can to eradicate this dreadful virus from all the harm that it's doing. You know, Ian Bish has been a big supporter of the PSL throughout the season.
फरिश्ता आदमी है यार Bish.
Really,
love him.
And very pure with his cricket, very true with his cricket. That's nice to see. No real deep down political agendas and bad moments that we've had. Of course, we can't go past the PSL, even though it's something that gets me riled up. But the absolute shit show from Sarfraz in that game against was it Islamabad?
The meltdown.
The meltdown. Complete meltdown.
Lahore game.
Lahore, yeah.
It's the Hafiz game.
Hafiz was there.
That was something, but that was something awful.
The 2:30 a.m. game.
Yeah.
2:30 a.m. Yeah, that's
a Drake game.
Plenty of subplots in the tournament. Hafiz versus Sarfraz, Amir, everyone.
Shaheen Amir. Shaheen versus everyone. Yeah. यार हसनैन हारिस रऊफ कैसे भूल सकते हैं हसनैन ने जब जाके उसको चुंटी काटी थी.
यार वो तो पता थोड़ा हल्का ही था, वो ठीक हो गया था बाद में hopefully. I don't think.
हाँ, बच्चे हैं, ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है.
But yeah, I mean, overall, it was a pretty good season. We also got the opportunity to play some good new music. We played Filhal by Towers. We played this new, I would say, I don't know if it's metal, but it sounds metal. Some of their songs are metal. This new band that you guys are raving over these days.
I wouldn't call it metal. I guess it's rock. It's rock.
It's just
rock.
ये
सब छोड़ते हैं. पिशावर ज़ल्मी का गाना बहुत अच्छा है.
यार वैसे ये था
कि उनके एक गाने ने पूरा PSL कैंसिल किया. तुम क्या कह रहे हो
यार? नहीं यार, ऐसी बात नहीं है. But that song really is the best PSL anthem in the history of the PSL now.
यार मैंने एक ट्वीट देखी थी, वो गाना हमें महंगा पड़ गया लिटरली.
यार ऐसी बात नहीं है. उनके ऊपर तो सारा कुछ.
ज़ल्मी की झपट.
अंसारी हम कह रहे हैं Shaheen's gupshup with Amir Bhai. Yeah, that was a good. By the way, I have to give a little bit of credit to Shaheen Afridi there because उसने ठीक ठाक आमिर की ली है, उसके बाद प्रेस कॉन्फ्रेंस में उसको मीठा भी करा दिया.
सब ऐसा यार. अब वो छोड़ने, उसने जब उसने बाबर को आउट किया, उसने लिटरली गले लगा के उसको जो है ड्रेसिंग रूम तक छोड़ा है. इतना बड़ा प्लेयर है शाहीन अफरीदी इस वक्त.
हाय अहमद.
वो एक जिफ नहीं आती, वो जो स्टीव करल दरवाजा बंद करता है वो एक बुड्ढे पे द ऑफिस में, वो वाला सीन किया था. ओके चल निकल.
नहीं, but that was disrespectful and this was respectful.
यार चलो एक ही बात है.
He knew what he was doing.
Some of course, some careers have started at the PSL. Some careers look like they're ending. AZ Khwaja, Kamran Akmal maybe following that suit. Maybe Shoaib Malik. Maybe Muhammad Amir. Is this the last time we're going to see some of them in Pakistan cricket?
Inshallah. With Shoaib Malik, he's been around for the past 3 decades, so I think he'll head into 2020, 2030 as well. जो उसकी form और fitness चली. He played okay, but Kamran looked absolutely awful in this tournament. बार जल्दी out होते. I don't think he even crossed 35 or 40 in the entire tournament. Amir bhi had his inspirational moments, but some of the older guys, definitely Sohail Tanveer is another one who struggled big time.
Sohail Akhtar.
Sohail Akhtar यार, वो तो
Sohail Akhtar ने कुछ किया नहीं है, मतलब he was just
Agha Salman. Your volume is too low. Can you check on this, Musad?
Hello.
It should be fine now, guys. It should be fine now. Have a look. Have a listen.
तुम हमें silence कर रहे हो?
नहीं यार, ऐसी किस तरह मेरी हिम्मत.
हमारे माइक बंद किए जा रहे हैं.
Right, okay. So Sohail Tanveer, Muhammad Amir, Shoaib Malik. Although Amir had that one moment against what's that?
Joe Denley.
But honestly, He lost the game for Karachi.
Yeah. What's the
Imad
point?
Wasim has been so bad. Imad Wasim.
Yeah, he's been
Imad
Imad
subpar.
Wasim को तो नाम ही ना लो, please नाम ना लो इमाद वसीम का.
ये खेलेगा T20.
Yeah,
Same
वैसे,
बात है.
you guys are being unfair. Congratulations to Imad Wasim. He's just been blessed
जी.
with a baby
Ah,
girl.
yeah, of course.
So
That's
don't
separate
take that
from
away.
that's from
It's
separate.
a dark day. It's a dark day on one side, but a
मतलब
bright one for him.
Yeah, that's
अब वो
good.
अलग बात है. But Shoaib Malik's been good. I beg to differ with that one because I feel like Shoaib Malik's batted well. He's fielded well, and I know some friends who are
What are you
backing
trying
him
to
to come
say?
back
What are
into
you
the
trying to say,
Pakistan
Ahmed? Why don't you say what
Pakistan
you want to
side.
say?
I'm just saying there's a gap at number 4 and number 5, and Asif Ali, Iftikhar, and
Haider
other
Ali की
Dangar
form
are
आप
not doing
देखें यार.
anything.
Haider
यार
Ali,
आपको मैं बताता हूँ कि right now
Revived himself.
looking at the most runs in the PSL,
Yep.
the top 6 batsmen are Pakistani: Mohammad Rizwan, Babar Azam, Sharjeel Khan, Fakhr Zaman, Sarfraz Ahmed, and Mohammad Hafiz. So far, right now.
ये बन गई आपकी T20 टीम minus Sarfraz.
What? Wait, what? Every time, I'm not even advocating for him to be there, but उसको
क्या तीन कीपर खिलाएं क्या हम? क्या करें हम?
हाँ ये तो है कि तीनों को तो नहीं आप खिला सकते. Labs, I see your comment, I read your comment, but we're trying to just keep things positive today. Just trying to get through tonight and hopefully have something to listen to tomorrow.
Yep.
There's been so many issues that we can openly see, so many lapses in organization. We're not the right people to address them. There's plenty of dumpster fire journalists that are doing that already, so we'll move on. Azam Khan was underwhelming.
He was.
I thought he was underwhelming. I expected a lot
Quetta
more.
in general was quite poor. Yeah, Ben Cutting was poor. Faf du Plessis was poor. Dale Steyn, chalo, he took a few wickets in the last game, but he got smashed as well. I don't know why they're struggling on paper. They're a damn good side, but samajh nahi aa raha, it's not clicking. The chemistry is just not there, and I don't understand what's going wrong with them.
Yeah,
Ben Cutting is the villain of the tournament for me because of the one drop catch, जिसकी वजह
Oh
से
man.
जाहिद की हैट्रिक हो जाती. And उसके यार तुम इंटरनेशनल प्लेयर हो, तुमसे एक रेगुलेशन कैच नहीं लिया जाता. मुसाद भी ले लेता ये catch.
Yeah, sabotage.
Well, debatable. Not really a good catcher, but we'll move on. Yeah, top PSL moments. Of course, Saib Upal is saying, how did nobody mention that Abdul Razak video? Man, gloves off, gloves completely off.
Amazing.
अच्छा आपने उस इंटरव्यू में एक बात देखी तो अजहर महमूद
उनका बेस्ट कमेंट था शुक्र है कि आप लोग खूबसूरत नहीं है.
बीच में अजहर महमूद ने कहा कि मुझे I regret not taking the Pakistan captaincy and I got offered it. तो रज़ाक कैसे कहते हैं वो तो सबको ऑफर कर रहे थे यार मतलब
चेयरमैन की आदत थी सबको ऑफर करते थे.
मतलब यार किस वजह ने उसमें रीली यार.
And Azhar Mahmood has literally been living off that story for like 20 years और रज़ाक ने 1 मिनट में उसके पानी फेर दिया स्टोरी पे.
रज़ाक needs his own TV show, his own podcast. हम उसको भाई पूरा चेंज ऑफ पेस दे देते हैं अगर जिस तरह उनकी वो बातें करता है. Really
anytime, man.
Very good on the mic.
Yep.
Rashid Khan's helicopter sweep, that's a good one.
Yeah, that was crazy shot.
Hafiz was the best player of this PSL, definitely up there.
Yeah, Mohammad Rizwan.
Bobby ने जो दो
लेकिन Rizwan यार.
वैसे हम देखते हैं कि यूजुअली फॉरेन बैट्समैन या राइली रूसो, शेन वॉटसन, केविन पीटरसन होते हैं या फिर एलेक्स हेल्स या लूक रॉन्की, इस तरह के नाम आपको नजर आते हैं. बट इस दफा डोमिनेट जो है ना बैट्समैन बैटिंग में भी पाकिस्तानी लोगों ने किया.
And that's a very interesting trend यार. लगता है हमारे भी अब पाकिस्तानी प्लेयर्स जो है ना 3-4 की प्लेयर अब उन्होंने गेम अपनी मोल्ड कर दी है and they're reaching that international standard कि आपके प्रॉपर बैट्स 135 140 के स्ट्राइक रेट पे खेलते हैं. Very good trend.
Sad Pakistani saying, I think PSL को मेरी बीवी की बददुआ लग गई. Yesterday she was so pissed off कि बाहर नहीं लेकर गया मैच की वजह से.
यार एक
all you had to do, bro.
My wife came back from work today and मेरी शक्ल बनी हुई थी.
Yeah.
क्या हुआ? मैंने कहा PSL cancel. She's like, oh no, that's so sad. She's smiling. Yaar.
Damn. So I feel so
you know that meme where the guy takes off his mask and he's smiling.
Yeah.
Crying, smiling.
It was like that, yeah.
Oh shucks.
Yeah, well,
yaar,
final request that's coming in, and of course we have 5 minutes left on the show. We're gonna record this. It's gonna be up on our SoundCloud or Spotify, Google Podcasts, YouTube. Everything you can, we could put it on the back of the truck if you'd like. But what I want to talk about and the request is, can we build a PSL 611 before we go?
We can.
Let's go for it. Yeah,
we have the technology.
We have the technology.
International players only, right? Pakistani players only, or
so what do you want to keep four international players?
Let's keep it official. Yeah.
By the way, 4 of them might not even make it.
Yeah, I don't see. Yeah.
Right? So let's start with the overseas picks, right? I think Qais Ahmed maybe squeezes in there after last night.
He has one game.
David Visa,
on one game, yeah.
David Weesa.
अच्छा ओपनर से स्टार्ट करो ना, ओपनर से स्टार्ट करो.
Yeah, let's go in order.
Rizwan or Babar? Rizwan or Babar?
Hales.
ये देखो.
Hales.
Shout.
Hold
Hales can bat at three.
on. Hales versus Babar. One has to go.
Hales and Babar both.
No, he could play.
Shajil
Middle order आपका
Shajil
कहाँ
को-
इतना अच्छा है? Ooh, Shajil also.
Okay. Hales and Rizwan, Babar
Yes.
at 3.
Yes, I can
नहीं,
work
तो
with
Shajil
that.
का
Or
नाम
Hales
वाला
at 3.
Shajil has 100.
Yeah,
And a
but he
bunch
also has
of
a buck.
failures. Yeah.
He also has a bunch of failures. अब ये देखो ना, consistency is also a thing, not one innings.
You're right.
I would take
यार
consistency in this case.
third highest batsman है अभी in terms of
तो
runs.
वो 2 innings में वो किया है उसने स्कोर, इसलिए ना बाकी 4 में तो फेल हुआ है इसलिए.
Emma Junior ने literally stats page खोला हुआ है इस वक्त. I can
हाँ,
see it
okay,
in
Emma,
see it in his glasses.
He's number 3. Who's top 2? Who's top 2, Emma Junior?
मोहम्मद रिजवान and
यार
बाबर.
रिजवान बाबर आपके ओपनर हैं, हेल्स 3 पे और 4 पे मे बी
Hafiz?
नहीं
Hafiz?
बाबर
यार.
3 पे यार.
हफीज ने एक इनिंग खेली है, एक इनिंग खेली है.
पहले
क्या मतलब एक इनिंग खेली है जी? 2 हाफ सेंचुरीज बनाई है.
सुनो पहले
धोनी
ये
बनाई?
डिसाइड करो कि हेल्स ओपनर आ रहा है कि बाबर वन डाउन आ रहा है. कौन
Hales is opener because you can't have Babar and Rizwan both playing. I mean, they both play almost the same. Rizwan is a bit now at a higher strike rate, but he can also play store.
वैसे
So
सही
Hales
है,
and
fair है
Rizwan.
ना.
बाबर को
Hales
वन
and
डाउन
Rizwan.
सही क्या?
Babar
दे
one down.
दिया.
आप
Two
ये
पे
लिख रहे हैं
Hafiz.
ऑर्डर में, फिर हम भूल जाएंगे.
हाँ मैं लिख रहा हूँ, आप 4 नंबर बताएं. 4 नंबर बताएं, चैट वाले भी 4 नंबर बताएं.
चार बताओ यार.
हाँ, नहीं,
Hafiz यार,
कह रही
Hafiz.
है.
सरफराज
नहीं वो 5 पे भी आ
Oh.
सकता है. Ooh, I like
Touch
it.
me वैसे Sarfraz.
Sarfraz,
I like
no.
Sarfraz at 5.
He's had a good PSL.
He has had a good
even though
PSL.
his team has
So-
it, but he has.
So Hafiz at 4. वही तो साथ बैटिंग कराओगे यार. 4 पे Hafiz, 5 पे सरफराज.
यार यही तो कमाल है. PSL का मैजिक.
Run out guaranteed है.
So are we okay with but has Hafiz been good enough for 4?
जब हफीज
Yeah,
उसको
he has.
एडवाइस देने आएगा ना सरफराज को, तो कहेगा आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग टू यू, ओके.
But is Hafiz at 4? Has he been good enough this season? Of course, pre PSL he was amazing.
Emma, tell us the stats.
What is the stats? Emma?
यार
Go on.
Hafiz is the 6th highest run scorer this season so far. 181
Sarfraz?
runs in 4 innings, 73 not out.
What about Sarfraz?
Impact, but I think what's very important, as I read a comment, it's about impact players,
Yeah.
not about your
It's about net
scoring, not
spend.
about your. It's about net spend.
Let's spin.
So-
बराबर.
Hafiz का impact मुझे बताओ.
कराची के खिलाफ
यार
मैच था.
पहले
उसने
मैच
कोई
मैं
ना-
आपको याद दिलाता हूँ,
हाँ.
नहीं,
पहले
नहीं,
मैच
क्या
में
हो
वो
गया?
नॉट आउट आया है, पहले मैच में
जी.
नॉट आउट आया है, फिर दूसरे मैच में क्वेटा को ठोका है उसने, तीसरे
वो-
मैच में क्या हुआ था, what happened versus मुल्तान?
He scored 40 something,
Sabah,
right?
Sabah.
He got out for
Comments
46 and
हाँ.
the innings collapsed.
comments, most of the
और
comments,
चौथा वो पॉइंट पे
Faris
कैच आउट
Nadeem,
हुआ था वो.
Sohail, Musab,
कराची के
Tahir,
खिलाफ.
Labs, they're all saying कि जो है ना Hafiz 4 पे होगा. और ये अब्दुल्ला
ठीक
कह
है,
रहे हैं कि you cannot leave Mohammad Nabi out.
यार नबी उनसे नीचे खेलेगा ना, but
तो
नबी
मेरी
can come
बात
in as
सुनो
a
कि
hitter.
4 पे आप हफीज को
नबी
खिला
6
रहे
पे, नबी 6 पे, नबी
नबी
6
6
पे,
पे.
पहले आप मुझे ये बताओ कि
सरफराज 5 पे.
4 पे हफीज फिक्स है या नहीं?
Yes,
हाँ है.
yes,
चलो,
yes.
फिक्स
हम
ना
सब
बोले,
easy.
कोई और लफ्ज बोले.
अच्छा आप नबी की
Triggered.
बात कर रहे हैं, but आप ये याद रखो हैदर अली भी है at 6. Fahim भी है at 6 for his bowling.
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
I don't think Heather's been good enough this season.
He
I don't
is
think he's
15
been that good.
impact
850
wise. Yeah.
850 or 820. I
think
feel like he
agree
played
with-
enough bad innings.
I agree with them.
I
But I
think
wouldn't
we
put him
can
in
say
there.
Hafiz at 4, Sarfraz at 5, and Mohammad Nabi at 6. That's
So is everybody
I would-
okay with
yeah.
Hafiz at 4? I think we can move on. Hafiz has a
तुम
huge
क्या
average.
चाह रहे हो मुसाद? वोटिंग
हाँ,
करवा
please
लो,
तो चाहते
सेनेट
तो
के
होना
इलेक्शन है ये.
नहीं यार इसमें भी फिर
ठीक है.
हॉर्स ट्रेडिंग हो
वोट
जाएगी.
ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस कराऊंगा मैं.
और हॉर्स ट्रेडिंग हो जाएगी. मामूला आ जाएगा बीच में लाइनअप पे. Anyways, we'll move on.
यार.
We'll move on.
Oh my god. Okay, I'm leave meeting.
ASAP.
Surprise at 5. Who's at 6? Nabi has to be at 6.
Mohammad
Nabi.
Nabi. Mohammad Nabi.
नबी. 2 फॉरेनर्स भी हो गए आपके, ठीक है? अब आपने 2 फॉरेन पिक्स ले लिए हैं.
Yeah, good call. Yeah. ठीक है.
Who's at number 7?
अच्छा भाई नंबर 7 बताओ. चैट वाले नंबर 7.
David Visa. David Visa.
David Fraser.
यार ये तो फिर बैटिंग 11 हो जाएगी, मैं बता रहा हूँ तुम्हें. हमारे
नहीं तो
पास
फॉरेन भी तो
वैसे
डालने,
7
बाकी
पे-
तो तुम्हारे
7 पे
देसी बॉलर
7
सारे.
7 पे फहीम आसना. फहीम ने बड़ी अच्छी बॉलिंग
मैं कह रहा हूँ नबी, instead of Nabi, he's been good, but we need an all-rounder in that position, and I'd rather have Fahim there.
भाई सर खेल उसको फहीम को तुम साथ में नहीं
अफीम?
खिला सकते.
अफीम? Yeah.
वो भी ले आओ.
अच्छा
4 फॉरेनर भी तो करने हैं.
कमेंट्स आ रहे हैं. राशिद खान और फहीम अशरफ. राशिद खान ने सिर्फ 2 मैच
राशिद
राशिद
को
ने
आपने
किया
कैसे-
क्या यार? हाँ, कहाँ से भाई?
NA,
यार बस
NA, not applicable.
वैसे हर बंदे ने टोटल 4 या 5 इनिंग खेली है, तो जिसने
तो यार
नहीं, ये
फहीम को साथ पे आप रख लो ना. उसने पावर प्ले में अच्छी बॉलिंग कराई है.
अच्छा ठीक है.
अगर आप
Fair
कहते
enough.
हैं तो फिर ठीक है, दे देते.
Ahmed,
शाहीन,
why
फहीम.
is Ahmed Hassan not convinced with this? उसका अपना बंदा है फिर भी नहीं.
अच्छा नहीं,
again,
साकिब भी तो बॉलिंग में आ जाएगा, फॉरेनर, ठीक है ठीक है।
एमी
ये
कहाँ से आ
साकिब, ये
जाएगा?
है ना।
साकिब टॉप
यार आप हम टीम में डाल रहे हैं, आपको
साकिब
टीम में डाल, टॉप
करीब
विकेट टेकर
करीब
ऑफ पीएसएल
नहीं
यार,
नहीं नहीं
साकिब
भाई,
टॉप
साकिब
विकेट
जो है वो
टेकर
कहीं
टॉप
नहीं
विकेट
आ
टेकर
रहा।
ऑफ पीएसएल।
नहीं नहीं
और
नहीं,
तू
सॉरी
ही यार,
सॉरी।
बस
ये फिर
अहमद
डाइवर्सिटी
अहमद को
हायर,
नहीं पसंद, उसको
फिर
नहीं
से
आता है।
डाइवर्सिटी हायर, फिर से डाइवर्सिटी हायर यहाँ पे भी।
यार वैसे
शरफीन रदरफोर्ड यार, वैसे
मैं
I like that pick.
by the way, just FYI, Asakib Mahmood has been the best overseas bowler in the history of the PSL.
मैं वही कह रहा हूँ
यार
यार
चलो
मार भी
यार,
बहुत खाई है, ठीक है विक्टरी
हाँ
उसको दी है,
40
मार
रन देता है वो, 50
बहुत
50
मार
जिसमें
खाई
तो मैं भी 3 विकेट ले लूं।
सात पे
कोई नहीं यार, हमारे भी तो लोग 30 रन देते हैं।
इंटर्न, जरा हमें साकिब का इकोनॉमी रेट बताएं जरा पीएसएल में जरा।
एक सेकंड में बताता हूँ।
35 का
8 से ज्यादा नहीं हो
कॉन्फिडेंस।
सकता, 8 से ज्यादा नहीं हो
अच्छा
सकता।
जब तक आप
यार
ये
आपने
बताएं,
कल,
जब तक
हाँ
आप ये बताएं,
पूछे।
7 पे फहीम पक्का है।
हाँ ठीक है।
या 8-9 शहीन
I'm not
शहनाज।
convinced by that,
Let's go back
but
and review
sure.
where we get done. Ahmed क्या
Okay.
what are the
साकिब
stats?
महमूद has an economy of 7.98,
यार ठीक है,
बस खुश,
ठीक है। और विकेटें कितनी है उसकी?
12 विकेट।
टॉपर है।
ये यार एवरेज क्या है?
यार वो
Wow.
एक गेम जिसने विकेट ले ली
वो
थी,
अब
12
तुम
का
क्या
average
उसकी
है यार,
उसके
12
वेस्ट
का
नहीं
average है।
पूछोगे,
ठीक है
क्या क्या
ठीक है,
पूछ रहे हो तुम?
नहीं नहीं
5
सही
मैच
है।
खेला है, 5
उसके
मैच
भाई बहन
खेला है।
कितने हैं?
यार 12 का एवरेज है
सैलरी
उसका।
कितनी बेचता है घर?
Anyways, okay. So, what are we doing now?
तो फहीम को निकाल के साकिब को डाल दो।
नहीं
नहीं,
साकिब
नहीं, bowling
ऑलराउंडर
में
थोड़ी
साकिब
है,
चाहिए
फहीम
हमें।
बैटिंग
बॉलिंग
करता है।
जेन्युइन आएगा।
आप पहले
हाँ
ये बताओ कि आप इसको 8 पे किसको खिला रहे हो?
साकिब
हसन अली,
शाहीन भी है, शहनवाज भी है।
हसन अली
शहनवाज-
लुक गुड
देखो
मैन।
पहली बात
हमारी
ये
टेल
है
लंबी
कि
है, हमें
समझ
परवाह नहीं है,
में
हमारी
आपके
टेल
पास
लंबी है, कोई
आपको
टेंशन
एक
बस
स्पिनर
ठीक है।
एक और स्पिनर डालना पड़ेगा इस टीम में, और शाहीन तो पक्का है।
मुझे
स्पिनर
बताओ
है ही कौन?
एक
एक
स्पिनर
emerging-
कौन है? अगर तुमने जाहिद कहा तो मैं तुम्हें इसकी सरफराज की मैं तुम्हें रिएक्शंस वीडियो भेज दूंगा, कंपाइलेशन
नहीं मैंने
बॉलिंग टू
जाहिद
जाहिद।
जाहिद को मैं नहीं कह रहा, मैं कह रहा
नहीं
हूँ
नहीं
कि
नहीं
मैं
नहीं,
कह रहा हूँ
जाहिद हो ही
अगर
नहीं सकता।
टीम अगर सक्सेसफुल होनी चाहिए तो उसमें स्पिनर नहीं होना चाहिए।
ओके बट देयर इज नो स्पिनर इन दिस टीम दैट
But
हैज बीन
spinners
सक्सेसफुल।
haven't done well in the PSL. We've
यार
seen this
मोहम्मद नबी
this
है ना,
season,
नबी
so
अगर
it doesn't
आपको
have
हाँ
to
चलो
be.
ठीक है
हाँ।
ठीक है सही है। तो हम
नबी है, हफीज है।
और हफीज है, exactly.
तो इसको ना साकिब को डाल देते हैं 8 पे, बाद में चेंज कर देंगे टेल एंडर्स को।
मैं कहता हूँ कि देखें लास्ट देखें 2 पिक्स आई फील लाइक PSL 11 में हमारी पक्की हैं, जो कंसेंसस होगा शाहीन और शाहनवाज दहानी, राइट?
हाँ।
ओह
2
हाँ
पिक्स
दहानी।
हमने वैसी 10 और 11 हमने निकाल दिया।
अहमद
उसके
दहानी
बाद
के क्या स्टैट्स है जरा बताना जरा कि हम
यार
जरा
9 विकेट्स बताई ली है ना उसने,
इट
जॉइंट
डजंट
विद
मैटर,
शाहीन।
इंपैक्ट प्लेयर
या
है।
और इमर्जिंग भी है, इमर्जिंग भी हमने उसमें फिट
एमर्जिंग
कर
पिक
दिया।
भी तो है हमारी।
ठीक है,
हाँ ये चलो
इट
ठीक है।
फिट्स ऑल ऑफ द बॉक्सेस। तो हमने 10 और 11 कंफर्म कर दिए, 6 तक हम पक्के थे। सो वी आर मिसिंग 3 प्लेयर्स नाउ,
7 भी
राइट?
पक्का,
अच्छा समझ
राना
करो,
ठीक
मुझे
है,
जरा
8
चलो
भी
राना
पक्का है।
मुझे जरा
और
कमेंट्स
साकिब
पढ़ने दो।
महमूद भी हमने कर दिया, तो 9 पे साकिब आ गया।
कमेंट्स पढ़ने दो।
हाँ,
उसके
एक
राशिद खान आ रहा है,
8वें का
उस्मान
प्लेयर
आदिल
चाहिए
आ रहा है।
बस।
7 और 8
नवाज वैसे इतनी अच्छी
No,
परफॉर्मेंस नहीं रही।
no।
नहीं यार, नवाज ने क्या किया है?
हाँ बस ठीक ही रहे।
नवाज ने कुछ नहीं किया ऐसा।
नहीं यार नवाज
बस
ऑर्डिनरी रहा है यार, क्यों नवाज?
एक इनिंग्स
मजलू
में
के पास
बैटिंग की है।
यार वैसे ये बड़ा अच्छा कमेंट
Shadab
है।
hasn't done anything.
हसनत कह रहे हैं मोहम्मद इमरान फ्रॉम पेशावर।
Yes, I was thinking that now that he's been one of the better bowlers as well, so maybe him as well.
कराता सिर्फ स्लो बॉल
यार
है
ऐसे तो फिर वसीम जूनियर भी अच्छा है, लेकिन उन सबसे अच्छा शाहनवाज था।
Ahmed, stats बताओ जरा।
यार
वसीम,
आपको बता देते हैं।
इमरान
यार
जूनियर।
स्टैट्स ना देखो, मैं कह रहा हूं ना
नहीं नहीं,
इम्पैक्ट
वैसी मतलब अपने अपने
वैसे सलमान
आपको जो है रिफ्रेश
का भी
करने के
कमेंट
लिए।
अच्छा आया। ब्रैथवेट भी अच्छी शॉट है।
चौथा फॉरेनर या I
उसकी
don't know,
भी वो पीएसएल तो उसकी बीस्ट गई है यार।
बैटिंग के अलावा
बॉलिंग भी उसने ठीक कराई है।
बॉलिंग अच्छी
एक
कराई है,
मिनट,
बैटिंग
पहले
नहीं
पहले
की।
फॉरेनर गिन लेना। एक तो साकिब हो गया
हेल्स
और हेल्स
हेल्स हो गया है,
और
और हमने
नबी हो
अपने
गया।
अभी
नबी को डाल दिया।
एक और चाहिए 8वें 9वें। कार्लोस डाल दो, कार्लोस
यार
डाल
मैं
दो।
तो कह रहा हूँ शरफेन को डाल दें, बॉलिंग हमारी पक्की है।
यार हम
यार
बॉलिंग टीम है यार, कोई मसला नहीं है।
चलो
नबी
ठीक है,
टेल
ले
कोई
लो।
आई
बात
थिंक मोहम्मद इमरान का
ले
बनता है
लो।
यार, मोहम्मद इमरान का बनता है।
कैसे बनता है यार? दानी इज बेटर देन देम।
स्टैट्स बताओ मोहम्मद इमरान की।
नहीं तो 8 पे चाहिए ना,
इमरान
कार्लोस
मिल ही
फिट
रहा
आ
वो।
जाएगा 8 पे ना, ठीक है।
और कार्लोस तो कहीं भी फिट नहीं आता, तुम इमरान के स्टैट्स
वो यार कौमी हीरो यार, वो बारबेडोस
He's a
में
big
जाएगा।
lad, that man. यार देखो,
रिहाना का
अगर
क्लासमेट रह चुका है
नहीं,
यार वो।
अगर दहानी खेलेगा तो ब्रैथवेट खेलेगा। This is just like a combo that you have to go with.
यार क्यों
वो
खेलेगा
करना
यार?
है ना।
Feel good factor,
इमरान
ये
exactly.
करना है ना हमने, ये
आप
करना है।
सीरियसली कह रहे हो कि
यार
इमरान
मेरी
जो है वो उससे बेहतर बॉलर नहीं है ब्रैथवेट से?
किससे?
यार कार्लोस हमें 5वें बॉलर 4 अच्छे ओवर देता है और बैटिंग भी कर लेता है, ठीक है ना टीम। इट्स ओके।
देखो, अब हम थोड़ा सा इसको ड्रैग करेंगे। Let's just review this and
Okay, but we still
call it
need
at
we
11.
still need a one player left. We just need a number 11.
We've already got number 10s and 11. शाहनवाज और हमने शाहीन को बोला,
शाहीन।
साकिब को बोला।
साकिब है ना
3 पे
बॉलर।
साकिब बॉलर है ना,
तो फिर क्या आप 8
unfortunately।
नंबर को मिस कर रहे हो बेसिकली? that's what you're saying.
8 पे भी
कार्लोस
ये आ गया,
ब्रैथवेट।
कार्लोस ब्रैथवेट आ गया। 7
That's
पे
it.
फहीम
So
था,
Imran's
फहीम
not
आपने 7 पे डाला।
Imran's not making it.
I would say
नहीं।
put Carlos at 7 Imran at 8. I don't think Fahim makes it for me. I'm sorry. Sorry, Fahim.
यार 4 विकेट लिए उसने
मेरी
मैन ऑफ
बात
द
सुनो,
मैच
चार wow 4 विकेट 6 मैचेस में 4
कार्लोस
भी किए
कार्लोस
उसने।
वर्सेस
कहाँ रन यार एक मैच में
इसको
किए।
क्वांटिटेटिवली
हाँ।
डिसाइड कर लेते हैं। लास्ट चीज है अहमद, जरा तुम ब्राथवेट
उसका नाम है गाड़ी गुम गाड़ी के स्टैट्स बताएं आप।
कार्लोस और फहीम
हाँ।
अशरफ के स्टैट्स निकालो बस दोनों के।
Yeah, Carlos Brathwaite took 4 wickets.
यार
He has an
वरुण,
economy-
तुम मोहम्मद आमिर का नाम क्यों ले रहे हो यार?
कहाँ से भाई वरुण?
Tamur is saying Brathwaite missed out yesterday, should have won it. हाँ वैसे ये भी है। मोहम्मद इमरान की वैसे स्लो बॉल मुझे बहुत इंप्रेसिव लगी है, even though he got hit for a
I like Mohammad Imran. I think he's
यार
a
अगर
good
आप
bowler.
कार्लोस नहीं ले रहे हो फिर अपना बॉय वीजा ही ले लो यार। वीजा
ऐਵੇਂ मुफ्त में फिट किए जा रहे हो तुम।
यार लाहौर के प्लेयर सिर्फ 2-3
Right,
हैं
let's wrap
हमारी
this up,
टीम
Ahmed.
में।
We're winning.
कितने
We're
होने
gonna wrap
चाहिए?
this up. That's it. We're going
एक ही होना
home.
चाहिए, शाहीन, and that's it.
यार हद हो गई है यार हफीज।
2 दे दिए हमने आपको, हफीज और शाहीन बेस्ट प्लेयर्स यार। क्या
अच्छा,
सिर्फ और वीजा ने जो
जब तक अहमद ये स्टैट्स निकालता है, रैप अप करें। एक बंदा बताएं,
Yes.
एक बंदा बताएं who's been the mega flop of the PSL. Easy, I'll start with you. जल्दी से बताना है।
मेगा फ्लॉप ऑफ द पीएसएल तो सोहेल तनवीर इन माय ओपिनियन।
सरखेल,
Shanwari.
अहमद,
कामरान अकमल।
अहमद जूनियर, मेगा फ्लॉप बताओ।
Ahmad Wasim.
इमाद वसीम। यार
Say it with your chest, bro. Say it with your chest.
और अब तुम बताओ मुसाद।
I have to go with Mohammad Amir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's not fair, bro.
Yeah,
Because
Mohammad Imran.
he pretended to be something he isn't, as he usually does. I don't like him at all now. Stats मिले अहमद के क्या कहाँ से निकाले?
Yeah, Carlos Brathwaite 4 wickets, economy of 7.95.
Okay, and average भी बताओ.
Average of 39.75.
अब
Okay,
उसकी भी तो बताओ फहीम की।
ये फहीम की बता देते हैं आपको।
फहीम ने तो
भाई-
एक मैच में 4 लिए थे।
Fahim Ashraf 4 wickets only in this season as well. Economy of
एक ही मैच में लिए हैं।
बस सुनने तो दो फिर से बोलो।
6.15. 4 wickets. Economy of 6.15. An average of 20.
यार क्रिस लिन को उसने आउट किया था पहले मैचेस, गलत स्टैट।
Fahim's gotta stay.
चलो रख लो फहीम को, कुछ नहीं आता।
And Carlos
हाँ
goes.
क्रिस लिन फ्लॉप ऑफ द
3 for
पीएसएल
11
यार।
उसके
क्रिस
best figures थे. 3
So
for 11.
Chris Lynn.
Carlos Brathwaite's going out for Mohammad Imran. Are we okay with that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Okay, cool. Right, guys. It's been an interesting show. I never thought that we would ever do a show like this. And this is the comment of the night from FHD. His PSL 11 is AZ Khwaja, Musadov, Zulsarkhil Khan, Ahmed Afshan Jr., and Sarfraz. That really means a lot to us. Of course, everybody here tonight, it means the world that you guys have chosen us. Tika Hania, I understand Amir wasn't that too much of a flop. Maybe just some animosity that's built up because I saw him something as more than he is now. But anyways, we'll move on. Today has been a very difficult day for Pakistan fans, for PSL fans. The point of this was to just make it a little bit easier on everybody, and including us, because I feel a lot better after this conversation. I hope the team does too. I hope everybody on the chat does too. The last 2 weeks has been absolutely phenomenal. Every single moment, the close games, the dead rubbers have all been filled with your presence. It's really been a very happy couple weeks. It's really not over for Change of Pace, and it's never going to be over for Pakistan cricket. We're going to be back soon with South Africa, with Zimbabwe, with Sri Lanka, and hopefully the rest of the PSL 6. So don't go anywhere. You know our website. You know where we live. You can stalk us. You can do whatever you'd like. Hunt us down on social media. Send nasty DMs to Sarkhil if you'd like.
Wow.
Whatever you'd like to do. Whatever you'd like to do it. But we're going to be back. We're going to be back, and we're going to be back for happier times and some more success for Pakistan cricket. अपना ख्याल रखें, दुआ में याद रखें, and Allah.